right, so we're going to demonstrate for you an assisted pull-up. Now, the problem with using a band for a pull-up is that when the muscle's in its fully lengthened range, it's the strongest, and the band is giving you the most assistance at the bottom. So it's not actually matching the strength curve of the muscle. It's not my favorite exercise, but if we're not able to fully do a body weight pull-up or chin-up yet, then using a band can help you get to the place that you actually can do that movement. So there's different resistance to these bands. Obviously, the thicker and heavier the band, the more assistance you're going to get from that. This is probably going to be a little too much assistance for Jake, so I'm going to pass him the black band, and we'll see how that feels. Now, if you're too short, like me, you're probably going to have to get something to stand on to set yourself up so you're not jumping around. Hook it over and attach it so it's secure. You don't want this band to come flying off when you're doing the exercise because it could snap you in the face. That would not feel good. So make sure that it's securely attached. Now, what he's going to do is actually use his hands to really pull this band down and then get his foot into the band. Now, from here, he can use his other leg to kind of wrap around the band and secure that so it doesn't slip off of his foot. Right. Whatever feels most comfortable for you to do that. Now, when he's going to do this movement, he does want to keep his abs engaged here, which will slightly bring his toes forward of the body. As you can see here, when he engages his abs, it brings his legs a little bit forward of the torso. Great. Now, from this position, his lats are fully lengthened. So what he's going to do is allow his scapula to fully depress down, and then he's going to pull his elbow down towards the hips, pulling his sternum up towards the bar, okay? So this would be your assisted pull-up. Now, there are other variations with your hands or grips, depending on if you have any shoulder injuries, you can play around with that. So with this, we have here the position for him to be able to do a neutral grip pull-up. As you can see, his hands are more in a neutral position here. And so this might feel a little bit better, especially if you have any shoulder issues. So go ahead and demonstrate a couple of reps. It's the same idea, allowing the fully lengthened lat, elevated scapula, depressing, and then pulling the sternum up towards the bar, keeping your core engaged, toes slightly in front of the body. Good. One more repetition there. And again, if this is not something that you can do, body weight, then you would have this band around your foot. Now, the last variation would be what we call a chin-up. So that would be with your hands supinated or palms facing up. So go ahead and grab the grip there, Jake. So as you can see, his palms are facing in towards his body. Here, that's going to force your elbows to come into the front of the body a little bit, but it's similar with the arm path. You want to think about driving the elbow back towards the back pockets, okay? And during this movement, it's the same thing. He's keeping those scapula retracted, and then at the bottom of the movement, he can allow the scapula to come up, fully lengthened lat, then depressing the scapula, pulling the elbows towards the hips for that full movement.